So in order for us to test this, we have to do one thing. We have to open up customer and then service. And in here, let's change this to JDBC, just like that. And if I go back, so everything should be wired up. Let's restart. And you should see that we have this insert. And this is exactly what we're doing here. Let me just show you again. So the query was insert into customer. And here we said basically the columns in reverse and then the values in here, right? So the same thing that Hibernate is doing, but now we are doing it ourselves. So let's open a Postman, and within Postman, let me create a new request. And here, if I send a GET request to localhost API v1 and then customers, if I send a GET request, we should get an empty result because we haven't implemented select all customers. So here, if I show you select all customers, so this returns null basically, right? So we haven't done this yet. So let's go back to Postman and let's send a post. So new request, this is post, and then this will be the same. So 8080 API v1 customers, go to body and raw from text to JSON, and then the payload should be this. So basically a JSON blob with name, email, and then age, right? So make sure that you have some data, and let's try and send this. And you can see that this worked. So we have a 200 status code. Now let me try and send this again, and you should see that we should get an exception back. Have a look. So basically we've got a duplicate key, so violates customer email unique, and it says that the email already exists. Now this is actually throwing the wrong thing. So it should throw basically saying that, you know, the customer with that email is already taken, but because we haven't implemented this method, so exists with email and exists with person ID, because we haven't implemented this, it's just returning false. That's why we have that exception. But we'll fix all of this in a second. So now, obviously, in order for us to see our data, let's go into our database. And here, if I say select star from customer, and let me just clear the screen and check this out. So we have foo and then foobar@gmail.com, ID 13, age 19. Hooray! We managed to insert a customer using JDBC template. Also, remember we added this line right here. So if we look into the logs, and so this is before the exception happened. So here, check this out. So JDBC template 1. So this value here, it just means that there was one row inserted into our database. That's all it means basically. So basically when we throw the exception, we don't even reach that line, but that's what it means. So if we insert 10 customers, then this should be 10. If nothing happened, then this should be 0. Cool. If you have any questions, drop me a message. Otherwise, catch me in the next one.